So welcome back to another video, guys, and we are now at part 3 of the 2011 multiple choice paper. And remember, if this video is for you, please ensure that you're learning, and don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. So question 41, the mean of the following numbers is 15, and they have given us the set of numbers with a letter C in it, and they're asking us to find the value of C. So remember, average or mean is equal to the sum of the terms divided by the number of terms. So therefore, mean that they gave us 15 is equal to the sum of the terms. So we're adding 14 plus 10 plus 18 plus 21 plus 15 plus 14 plus C, and all of that is divided by 7. So therefore 15 is equal to, so when you do that addition you will get 92. So it is 92 plus C, and all of that is divided by 7. So we get 15 multiplied by 7. So we're now trying to solve for C is equal to 92 plus C, and 15 times 7 is 105, and that is equal to 92 plus C, and therefore C is equal to 105 minus 92 equal C, and 105 minus 92 is equal to 13, and therefore C is equal to 13, and our answer for 41 is A. 42, a bag contains 2 red, 4 yellow and 6 blue balls. The probability of drawing a blue ball from the bag at random is, so we're trying to find the probability of drawing blue balls. So remember, the probability is equal to the number of blue balls divided by the total number of balls, and this is always the term that you're looking for divided by the total terms that are involved in that probability. So the probability of drawing the blue ball is 6, as there are 6 blue balls divided by the total number of balls, which is 12, which is the 2 red plus the 4 yellow and the 6 blue balls. And we can simplify this fraction and we'll get a half, as 6 into itself goes 1 time and 6 into 12 goes 2 times. So our answer for 42 is C, and we're moving right along nicely. So 43 is referring to this diagram, which involves 160 boys participating in a game at their school, in different games. So the number of boys who choose football is, so we can see that the football from this pie chart is a 90 degrees angle. So therefore, if 360 is representing the 160 boys, the total boys that are participating in the different games, what we're now trying to find is what is 90 degrees, which is attached to the football, which is X. So we're going to cross multiply to solve for X, and that becomes 90 multiplied by 160, and all of that is divided by 360. And when you work that out, you'll see that X is equal to 40, and therefore answer for 43 is A. So guys, remember to work out these calculations, as you will not have a calculator in the exam, so you need to practice at home before you reach in that examination. So 44, the probability that a boy chosen at random participated in boxing is, so should we look, so boxing represents a 45 degrees from the total 360 degrees represented by the pie chart. So looking at the probability, so if you remember the equation that we used above, so looking at what is the focus, the boxing, and that is 45 degrees. So what is chosen divided by the total sum, the total terms, what we're looking at, and in this case we're using degrees, and it is the degrees from the pie chart, which is 360. And what we need to do is to simplify this fraction, and 45 into itself goes 1 time, 45 into 360 goes 8 times, and therefore our answer is 1/8, and our answer for 44 is D. 45. How many boys participated in cricket? So as we know half of this entire pie chart is 180, but swimming is 45 degrees. As you can see, boxing and tennis was 90 degree, and this was 45 degree. This is 45 degree, and therefore swimming is also 45 degrees. So what we need to do now is minus 45 from 180, and that will equal to 135. So therefore, let's now look at if 360 degrees represents 160 boys, the total boys. What is 135 degrees? And that is x, and we're going to cross multiply to solve for x and solve. So it is 135 multiplied by 160, and all of that is divided by 360. And therefore x is equal to 60 boys. So guys, remember to practice these working outs. Practice makes perfect, and practice makes permanent. So 46, which of the following represents the equation of a straight line? So remember, equation of a straight line is y is equal to mx plus c, and the only answer that represents this equation is c, which is equal to y is equal to 2x plus 3, where m is the gradient, and that is 2, and c is the y-intercept. 47, the arrow diagram above describes the relation. So we're completing this statement. So A says x is a factor of y. So we can look and we see that 2 is indeed a factor of 8 and 10. 3 is indeed a factor of 9, and 4 is indeed a factor of 8. So right there and then we can indeed say A is our answer. But let us look at the others. B says x is less than y. 2 is less than 8, 9, and 10. So if that was the relation that we're looking at, an arrow from 2 would also be going to 9, but that is not the case. And 3 is also less than all the y values. So there are arrows going from 3 to all 3 y values, and the same for 4. C says x is a multiple of y. That is definitely not the case, guys. And D says x is greater than y. X is definitely not greater than y, and we can see and know that. So therefore our answer remains A. So 48, if f of x is equal to 2 squared minus 1, then f of negative 3 is equal to. So wherever we see x, we will replace it with negative 3. So it's f of negative 3 is equal to 2 negative 3 squared minus 1. So f of negative 3 is equal to 2 multiplied by 9, as 3 is 9, and it's negative, and so it becomes a positive when you square a negative number minus 1. So f of negative 3 is equal to 2 9s 18 minus 1. So therefore f of negative 3 is equal to 17. So our answer for 48 is C. 49, the graph of the inequality in the diagram above is defined by, so the dot that is, or the circle that is at negative 2 is empty, so it is not shaded. It might not be showing clearly on this picture, but it is not shaded. And the dot that is at 3 is shaded. So what we need to remember from graphs of inequality, when there's a shaded dot, that point where the dot is at is equal to or greater than or less than based on the direction in which the graph is going. So that point must always have a greater than or equal to or a less than or equal to sign. And once the dot is not shaded, it must only be less than or greater than, but not equal to. So there must not be an equal to sign. So from that explanation, we can remove B and D from the answers, because we know that at -2, the inequality must not read equal to -2, and therefore our answer is either A or C. So 3, and based on the direction in which the line is moving, we know that X is equal to 3 or less than 3. So therefore our answer for 49 is A, where X is less than or equal to 3 and X is greater than -2. So our answer for 49 is A. So remember with the dots, guys, when you're in the exam, once it is shaded, it must be equal to or greater than or equal to and less than, and once it is not shaded, no equal to sign must be in that part of the answer. So 49 is A. So 50, what is the gradient of the straight line 2y plus 3x is equal to -8? So writing this equation in the form of y is equal to mx plus c. So it is 2y is equal to minus 3x minus 8, and when we carry across the 2, it becomes -3x minus 8, and all that is upon 2. So it is minus 3x upon 2 minus 8 upon 2, and therefore the gradient is minus 3 upon 2, as we see where m is representative of the gradient, as I explained earlier above in a question that included the equation of a straight line. So 51, which of the following sets is represented by the relation of x is equal to x squared plus 3? So what we're doing is squaring the x figures and then adding 3 to get the f of x. So therefore all the first numbers in each bracket is x and the second is representative of y. So should we square the first number, in this case 0, 0 squared plus 3 is 3, 1 squared plus 3 is 4, 2 squared plus 3 is 7, and 3 squared is 9, plus 3 is 12, and therefore answer for 51 is A. Should we carry out this same working out in B, C, and D, you'll see that there's some discrepancy and at least one of the brackets is incorrect. For example, D, it is saying 3 and 9, so 3 squared is 9, plus 3 would give us 12, but this is saying 9 instead. So if you look at the others, you will be able to find the discrepancy for each. So 52 is, what is the measure of angle BAC? And the answer for this is 60. So what you need to do is remember how to construct these different angles. For 30 degrees, it will be half of the 60 degrees. So you need to construct a 60 degrees before you can construct a 30 degrees. So it will be bisecting the 60 degrees. For 45 degrees, it will be constructing a 90 degrees, then bisecting that 90 degrees to get 45 degrees. But from this diagram, it is where we draw a straight line, which is AB. We use our compass to cut an arc starting from A and cut the line AB. Then we put our compass at the point where we cut the line AB to make another arc to cut this first arc that we made, and that point we call C, and then we connect C to A and we get our perfect 60 degrees angle. So answer for 52 is C. 53, in the diagram AB and CD are parallel. Which of the following best describes the relation between X and Y? So for 53, they are interior angles, thus X and Y are congruent, so they're equal. So therefore X is equal to Y. So guys, you review your interior angles and your exterior angles to see what and what would be equal and so on. So in this case, X is equal to Y. So 54, AC and DE are straight lines intersecting at B. Angle DBA is equal to 58 degrees. So we've worked this multiple times, so we can check the link in the description below for this working. But the answer for 54 is B, which is 122. So we have the 58 degrees, right? So angle on a straight line dictates that it is equal to 180 degrees. So should we say 180 degrees minus 58, you will get 122, and this will be from the line DE. So if we're looking at the line DE, so we have 58 degrees here, so the remaining angle right here would be 122 degrees. 55. In the diagram, triangle OPQ is mapped onto OPQ. What type of transformation has taken place? So if you realize that at the point O it remains stationary, so we are rotating about the point O, and this has rotated in anti-clockwise 90 degrees. Oh, and I said the answer, it was rotated. So therefore, our answer 455 is D. It is not a reflection. As you know, with reflection, it should mirror exactly. So it is looking in a mirror and you're seeing your exact image. This is not looking, this triangle is not looking the same as this one. It is not a translation, and it is definitely not an enlargement, as both triangles are of the same width, height, and everything. So our answer is rotation, and it is rotated 90 degrees anti-clockwise. So 56. In each of the diagrams shown below, A prime is the image of A. Which of the diagrams shows a reflection in the x-axis? So this is definite. So this is our y-axis, this is our x-axis. This is not a reflection as if A was reflected, it would be on this side, so it will be looking in a mirror. This is definitely not looking in a mirror. This is more so a rotation of the star at about 180 degrees. B, this represents a perfect reflection, as what is on one side is definitely on the other side, and we're reflecting in the x-axis, so that is a perfect reflection. So our answer is B. C, this is also a rotation about 90 degrees at the point O, and D is showing a reflection in the y-axis. So it's important to know your axes and know the difference between reflection, rotation, and translation, enlargement, as we saw above. So 57, AB is parallel to EC. What is the measure of angle BDE? So guys, alternate interior angles are equal. So right here, which is 40 degrees, this angle right here at D is also 40 degrees. Then we can use the theory of angle on a straight line. So right here is also 40 degrees, as this is alternate interior angles and they are equal, and then we can use angle on a straight line. So if that area is 40 degrees, the remaining area is 180 minus 40 degrees, and that will equal to 140 degrees. So therefore answer 457 is C. 58. The triangle LMN is rotated in a clockwise direction about L through an angle of 90 degrees. What is its image? So this question has been repeated multiple times. So we're rotating about the point L. So L is remaining stationary and we're moving the triangle 90 degrees. So at the end, L will remain stationary. N is now at this point and M is somewhere along this point. So we're looking for a triangle that is representative of this, and the only one, so A is definitely not the answer, B is our answer. Right guys, and if we look at the others, this switch the point L, and remember the question stated that it is rotated about the point L, so therefore L should remain stationary, and that is also the same for D. The same for D. So therefore our answer remains as B. So 59, the height of the building is approximately. So a boy stands 12 meters from the foot of the building and observes the angle of elevation at the top of the building. So this was worked in detail on the 2009 paper, and the link is in the description below. But remember, so we're looking for the height, and this is the angle of elevation, which is 40 degrees. So this 40 degrees, the height of this part of the building, it is opposite the angle, and that much we know. And we're given 12 meters is where the boy is standing from the building. So this length is adjacent to the angle. We're not given any figure for the hypotenuse, which is this area, the broken line. So therefore what we have working with is opposite and adjacent. And the opposite is representing the height of the building, which we're trying to find. So therefore we know right and then that the answer could not contain cos, as cos is looking at adjacent and hypotenuse. It could not be sine, as sine is looking at opposite and hypotenuse, and the hypotenuse in this case is not relevant. So our answer must contain tan, which is opposite divided by adjacent. So it is tan 40 degrees, and that is equal to opposite over adjacent. So tan 40 is equal to opposite divided by 12, with the 12 is the distance that the young man is standing from the building. So that is equal to 12 times tan 40 is equal to opposite. So we solve for opposite here, make opposite the subject of the formula. But remember, this angle of elevation, the triangle that is formed, is only representing about 3/4 of the building. So there's still this portion of the building, about 1/4 remaining, which is the height of the young man, and we have that, which is 1.6 meters. So we can just add that 1.6 to what we found before. So it is 1.6 plus 12 tan 40 degrees. So our answer 459 is D. So 60, a similar question. A ladder 5 meters long is leaning against a vertical wall. The foot of the ladder is 3 meters away from the wall on horizontal ground. How far up the wall does the ladder reach? So we're using these dots to represent our ladder. And then we have it is leaning against a wall. So this is our wall. And then the question states the foot of the ladder is 3 meters away from the building. So it is 3 meters away. So right here is 3 meters. How far up the wall does the ladder reach? So we have the hypotenuse, which is 5 meters, the length of the ladder, and we have how far the ladder is from the wall. So it is a square plus b square is equal to c square. So in this case, I'm going to use the a square as the 3 meters, which is how far the ladder is from the wall, and b square I'm going to use as the height of the wall, which is what we're trying to find. So it is b square, and that is equal to c square, which is the length of the ladder or the hypotenuse. So it is 5 square, and we're solving for b. Solving for b. So it becomes 3 square is 9 plus b square is equal to 5. 5 is 25. So therefore b square is equal to 25 minus 9. So therefore b square is equal to 16. B is equal to the square root of 16, and that is equal to 4. So b is equal to 4. So how far up the wall does the ladder reach? 4 meters. So guys, thank you for joining us on this journey of the 2011 multiple choice paper, and don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. Share with your friends so they can share with another friend, so that we can all prepare for it and maximize our marks.